Hi Chelsea fans, Chels Daft here, and I've just realised I've got sleeve rolled up, I don't know why. And I'm back here with another video, and we're looking at Man United tomorrow. It's a big game, it's a huge game. It's one of the games that you always look out for when the fixtures come out. And that's just for different reasons. If of people of a certain age, it used to be a bit of a glamour tie. Not so much these days to the newbies, to the younger generation, let's just say that, bearing in mind how far away Man United have been. But it's a big game all the same. Both teams have had defensive issues in the Premier League. Both teams had, Man United had a great result against PSG in the week, and Chelsea had a decent result against Sevilla and kept a clean sheet, a much needed clean sheet. So we're going to take a look at the game and just what we think the plan's going to be, what the starting 11's going to be, whether or not you agree with me. And yeah, let's get into it. So it's been a busy couple of days as far as Chelsea go. We've had the press conferences of Hakim Ziyech and Edouard Mendy. Frank Lampard did his press conference today ahead of the game as normal. And we've also heard from Jorginho, who admitted that there was talk between Chelsea and Arsenal in the summer, but decided to stay here. And also revealed that players are always open to negotiating, which is something that you don't really want to hear when you're trying to get a group together, develop and go forward. Will Jorginho play tomorrow? That's the question, and I wonder if he will. Bearing in mind he was named as captain with Cesar Azpilicueta dropped to the bench against Sevilla. Now, is this a chance for Chelsea to go full strength? I wonder. We heard from Frank Lampard today talking of Hakim Ziyech, and he was asked about the fact that Ziyech likes to be open and honest and speak his mind, and that's fair enough. We heard Ziyech say that Frank Lampard and the phone call that they had convinced him to come to Chelsea and be part of the project. But to this point, he's not been match fit 100%. He's getting there. Is he worth the risk tomorrow to throw him in, or give him maybe another half an hour or 45 minutes? I wonder if that's something that Frank Lampard is seriously considering, because it could be the chance that we're probably going to see, or possibly see, for the first time, Frank Lampard's Dream 11. Now, a lot of people say that Dream 11 consists up front of Timo Werner, supported by on the left-hand side Christian Pulisic, on the right-hand side Hakim Ziyech, and Kai Havertz in the middle. That's the majority of the consensus that I'm reading, that I'm hearing, and I wonder if that's going to happen tomorrow. There's a good chance that it could, and I wonder. Mason Mount is a subject of conjecture. Some people love him, some people don't like him, some people think he's in the team because of Frank Lampard. Obviously because he's the manager, but because Lampard loves him, blah, blah, blah. He was taken off against Sevilla when he was sort of struggling in a game that was very tight and condensed in the middle of midfield. And I wonder if it'll be a chance to give Mason Mount a rest as he was rested against Crystal Palace. The middle of midfield is going to be interesting. N'Golo Kanté is a given, 100%. He's in. He'll start for me. Will you go Jorginho, or will you go Mateo Kovacic? Or will Frank Lampard decide to give Kai Havertz a rest as well as Mason Mount and bring Mateo Kovacic in as a three-man midfield against Man United to try and match up with what they're trying to do? Could you see Kanté, Jorginho, Kovacic, Pulisic, Werner and Ziyech as our midfield three and attacking three? It's interesting to see how it's all going to play out and what Frank Lampard believes is his strongest formation to accommodate what he believes is his strongest 11. The back four, I think, pretty much picks itself at the minute. Reece James played okay against Seville. Actually had a good game. But I think Cesar Azpilicueta will come back into the team. And you'll see Edouard Mendy return to the Premier League. He'll play with Ben Chilwell on the left-hand side, with Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma continuing their partnership, which was rekindled against Sevilla and hopefully will continue against Man United, because for me at the moment, that's the strongest pairing. If you're playing a three-man defence, I would put Kurt Zuma in there alongside Fikayo Tomori and Thiago Silva, either side of Silva. But as a pairing, it's got to be Zuma and Silva for the time being, with Mendy in goal. And we've heard from Mendy, he's revealed that they got a good working relationship with Kepa in his pre-match press conference, or his press conference for when he signed. Also spoke of his struggles and he can't believe how things have turned around. But he's done well since he's come in. He's authoritative, he's commanding, and he's done well. And he's the number one at the moment. It's up to Kepa now to up his game, to fight and get to that level. So what of Man United? Now they're a bit stop-start, a little bit like us. But if you think of their 2 home Premier League games they've played, they lost both. They lost to Crystal Palace and they got thumped by 6 against Tottenham. Chelsea, if anything, have got the same attacking threat as Tottenham for me. I think we're at least on a par. And I think we can cause Man United plenty of problems. So looking at Man United, and they're just a team that's... I know they picked us to 3rd place in the Premier League, but I just really think that at the moment, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't know his best 11. And I think it's because of the midfield area. We've obviously got maybe the same issue when it comes to the attacking midfield. Maybe not. But if you look at the options that he's got McTominay, Fred, he's got Paul Pogba, Nemanja Matic, Bruno Fernandes, and at times Juan Mata as well. And at times you think that by looking at their squad and the experience, you're going to play Matic holding with Pogba and Bruno Fernandes either side, but it never seems to play that way. And it really affected them against Tottenham. Really, really did. But then you look at what happened the last 2 games when they played Newcastle and won away, and when they beat PSG, and it was McTominay, Fred and Bruno Fernandes with Pogba and Nemanja Matic hardly featuring, coming on late. So I wonder if he's going to go the same. The 2 hard-working midfielders in McTominay and Fred, giving Fernandes licence to roam. And if he does, we have to make sure that our 2 in midfield are aware and we try and close Fernandes down. You shut Fernandes down, hopefully you shut that supply down. But could United say the same thing about Chelsea? Hopefully not. The difference I see between Chelsea and Man U is we got 2 out-and-out wingers. Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech. Whereas United are playing strikers out wide to try and fill positions. You look at Man United's defence. Harry Maguire, Lindelof, they're not the quickest. Really are not the quickest. And we saw what happened with Timo Werner. If you give him a chance where he can pin to the shoulder of the defender and he can get them turned, we saw what can happen. The guy has got immense pace, immense talent. And the fact that he got his 2 goals last week, his confidence should be up here. And Werner could have a big, big game tomorrow evening. The difference with Timo Werner up front compared to, say, Martial for Man United, Martial's got some pace, but you know that if you're sitting there defending for a period of time, all it takes is the 1 ball. I wonder if Chelsea are going to change tact tomorrow. I wonder if they're going to revert back to 4-3-3, and you could see Havertz and Mount on the bench tomorrow, and I think he might look for solidity to protect against the likes of Fernandes, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. And I just wonder. So I think for me, we go there to set our stall out. Now, we want to try and get the best out of our wingers. Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech. You don't really want them to be constantly going up and down backwards the whole time. That's why the midfield 3 will give you the sort of cover, if anything. So as I'm doing this video, my whole sense about the game and trying to, to rationalise things in my head is turning from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-3-3. And I think that's the way to go. It's a solid formation. We're familiar with playing it. You're going to get the 3 attackers working in tandem together, supported by the midfield. And I just think that will give us the best option to get the result. Because at the moment, beginning of the season, Man United are struggling on 6 points. We've got our 8. We need to make sure that we go and get the job done. 3 points is a must. And I honestly believe that the 4-3-3 is a much better balanced defensively and as a whole, going forward as well, than the 4-2-3-1. And we need to see Mateo Kovacic in our midfield, taking control of situations and going past people and setting us up, setting our attacks off and running. So for me, I think I'd bench both Mason Mount and Kai Havertz tomorrow, bring Hakim Ziyech in and Mateo Kovacic and go 4-3-3. Tomorrow is an opportunity for Chelsea to go to Man U, to dominate the ball, create numerous chances and score goals. We just have to make sure we're solid at the back, led and directed by Thiago Silva. Edouard Mendy needs to carry on being vocal, and we just need to make sure that we're compact and together when we haven't got the ball, but explosive going forward. This is a game we can win. And come on, Chelsea, we need to do this. If you've enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me, then subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when my videos come out, which is pretty much daily apart from one down the weekend, which is going to be tomorrow. There won't be a video tomorrow, but I'll be back on Sunday. Have a good weekend. Come on, Chelsea. See you all Sunday.